Now, President Trump, he backtracked on his new tariffs after a stock market sell-off and gave guidance to his cabinet on the role of Elon Musk's team as he slashes the federal workforce. Chief White House correspondent Mary Bruce is tracking it all. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, George. Well, after a roller coaster week here in Washington and on Wall Street, the president is now reversing course, pausing many of the tariffs he put in place just days ago. This morning, President Trump with a dizzying reversal, allowing Mexico and Canada to avoid 25% tariffs on many goods just days after imposing them. But the retreat not enough to calm anxious investors. Amid the whiplash, the Dow dropping Thursday more than 400 points. The president insists Wall Street wasn't a factor in his decision.
No, nothing to do with the market. I'm not even looking at the market.
Instead, Trump says he agreed to change course as an accommodation and out of respect for Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum.
We helped them out with the problem they were having to do with the tariffs, short-term tariffs.
But the suspension, just a short-term escape until April 2nd. According to the White House, about half of imports from Mexico and only 38% of goods from Canada qualify for the pause, including auto parts and most produce. Economists continue to warn that Trump's sweeping tariffs will be paid for by American businesses, who will pass along the costs to consumers in the form of higher prices.
There'll always be a little short-term interruption. I don't think it's going to be big, but the countries and companies that have been ripping us aren't particularly happy with what I'm doing.
And this morning, the president is also taking a new approach to his campaign to slash the federal workforce, as Elon Musk's chainsaw tactics have sparked backlash. Some Republicans getting an earful back home from angry constituents.
What Doge is really trying to do.
The president now with a tacit admission that Musk may have gone too far, sending his cabinet secretaries a clear message. They're in charge of who gets cut from their agencies, not Musk.
I had a meeting and I said, I want the cabinet members go first, keep all the people you want, everybody that you need.
The president directing his cabinet secretaries to be more precise, telling them to decide who stays and who goes using the scalpel rather than the hatchet.
I don't want to see a big cut where a lot of good people are cut.
Now, this all comes as some Republicans on the Hill have been trying to get more input in this process, some even now publicly saying that Musk may be making mistakes and hurting innocent Americans in the process, George.
And Mary, the president continuing his campaign of retribution against his political adversaries.
Yeah, this time, George, he's punishing the law firm Perkins Coie, going after the security clearances of its lawyers, stripping them of those security clearances and also access to government buildings and officials after the firm represented Hillary Clinton's 2016 campaign. It comes as the White House is also trying to make it harder to sue the administration, trying to make it costlier for plaintiffs who seek to come after the government. George.
Okay, Mary, thanks. Rebecca, let's continue this. Mary used the word whiplash, talking about these tariffs in the stock market this week. The market is not responding well.
Well, it's not, George. And when I talk to people on Wall Street, really the big word here is uncertainty. They're following every new headline out of this White House. You're also seeing it, though, impacting consumer confidence, where the minds of American consumers are. We spend money. That's what generates economic growth. The big question is the impact on jobs. We have this jobs report today, an important one. Those Doge cuts, they're not going to show up in today's jobs report because of the timing, but the White House is going to be watching, and so will the Federal Reserve. They're going to have to balance this idea of if the economy is in fact slowing down, what do they do? Because inflation, you have egg prices and other things like that still going higher.
But the expectation is that jobs were created in February.
Jobs were created, but it might be fewer based on some of the most recent reports we're seeing.
All right, Rebecca, thank you.